This technique is for adding two fractions without using the lowest common denominator. All that is that it's the smallest common number in which both denominators, in this case 3 and 5, go into. Typically when we add two fractions using the traditional method, find the lowest common denominator, in this case 15. To get that, multiply 3 by 5 to get 15. Therefore, multiply 5 to the numerator. So 1/3 becomes 5/15. Since the second fraction has a denominator of 5, to get 15, multiply by 3 and do the same to the numerator. The fraction of 2/5 becomes 6/15. And then finally, we can add the two fractions. 5 plus 6 is equal to 11. And then the denominator is left the same. Under this technique, we do not have to find the lowest common denominator. Now we are ready to add two fractions without using the lowest common denominator. But first, let's review the formula. N1 and N2 just stands for numerator 1, numerator 2. D1 and D2 just means that this is the first denominator and this is the second. In the mental math technique, to find the answer, multiply the first numerator to the second denominator, add that result to the product between the second numerator and first denominator. The result is then placed over the product between the denominators. Let's begin. First, multiply the first numerator to the opposite denominator, or D2. 1 times 5 is equal to 5. Then with numerator 2, multiply it to the first denominator. 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Then add the two results. 5 plus 6 is equal to 11. And then for the denominator of the final answer, just multiply the two denominators of the two fractions. 3 times 5 is 15. Continue to use the formula on the left for reference. Let's begin. Start with the first numerator of the first fraction and multiply it to the opposite denominator. 3 times 7 is equal to 21. And then, from the second numerator, or the numerator of the second fraction, multiply it to the opposite denominator, or the first denominator of the first fraction. 2 times 4 is equal to 8. Add the two results. 21 plus 8 is equal to 29. For the denominator of the final answer, just multiply 4 times 7, which is equal to 28.